I'm like, and then I heard Good evening. We'll call to order the February 18th, 2025 meeting of the Auburn Common Council. We'll begin with a moment of silent meditation or reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Move on to roll call. Councilman Benton.
Here.
Councilman Braun.
Here.
Councilman Webb.
Here.
Councilwoman DeWitt is excused absent. Councilman Williams.
Here.
Councilman Bundy.
Here.
Councilwoman Prosser.
Here.
Council, in front of you, you have the meeting minutes from the February 4th regular meeting.
Move to approve as presented. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Recognition of visitors. We have John Cannon, Jennifer Hagar, Megan Wilcox, Megan Disk, Lisa Conrad, Leslie Hammond, Stella Otterstedt, Randy Harvey, Kellen Dooley, Jenny Taylor, Cassie Garrick, Kathy Metter, Tad Bowman, Ann Iden, and Angie Remington. Welcome. Moving on, we have a proclamation for Tri Kappa Week. I'm going to begin by reading a little background on Tri Kappa, and then I'll have the group come forward. Tri Kappa gives back to our community in many ways, including scholarships, the annual Tri Kappa Kids Triathlon, an annual award ceremony to DeKalb High School, mom cells, and a partnership with Fortify Home. Each year, Tri Kappa supports seniors at DeKalb High School by awarding 2 scholarships, an academic scholarship and a community service scholarship. Money is raised through the triathlon and mom sales each year. Tri Kappa is honored to support local students in their post-high school and vocational programs. For the past 11 years, Tri Kappa has hosted a triathlon for kids, both boys and girls, ages 5 to 14. The event consists of swimming, a mile bike ride, and a half-mile run. Each year, over 100 kids participate in this energetic morning promoting health, wellness, and fun. Since 1967, Tri Kappa has held an award ceremony for students at DeKalb High School. This year, 280 students will be recognized in March. To qualify, students must have 2 consecutive semesters with a 9.0 GPA or higher. This is always a fun morning, recognizing hardworking students in our community. Tri Kappa's biggest annual fundraiser is mom sales in the fall. They partner with our local greenhouse, the Garden Gate. Fall of 2024 was our biggest year yet, with a record 792 moms raising over $6,000. All money raised goes directly back to our community. Tri Kappa would like to thank the community for their support of this fundraiser. In 2024, Tri Kappa of Auburn began a partnership with Fortify Home. At Fortify Home, families are provided with a place to live while they find jobs, get help from counselors, and work on their well-being. Last year, Tri Kappa members brought meals to residents while the kitchen was under construction. During the Christmas season, they collected items for families who had recently graduated from Fortify Home and began living in their own homes and apartments. It is Tri Kappa's joy and privilege to partner with this amazing organization. If you ladies would like to come forward, please. Excuse me. opposed?
You want to be on the other side? We'll be on the other side.
We're all black and white.
You should sit next. Well, I was holding the president. Not there you go.
Well,
You didn't get the memo.
Right.
That's
So,
the deal.
Tri-Kappa Week, February 16th through the 22nd, 2025. Whereas 2025 marks the 114th year of existence for Tri-Kappa, and whereas the 12,000 members and 148 active and 137 associate Kappa 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 or Tri-Kappa chapters form a unique philanthropic organization located solely within the state of Indiana, and whereas the objective of Tri-Kappa is to bring women into close, unselfish relationships for the promotion of charity, culture, and education. And whereas the scholarship program of Tri-Kappa began in 1913, since then, over $5 million has been given in local and state scholarships and gifted and talented programs. And whereas the charity program of Tri-Kappa has been actively involved with Riley Hospital for Children since it first opened in 1922 and donates annually to St. Martin's, United Way, Eckhart Public Library, DeKalb Central Schools, Women's Care Center, as well as many other charitable causes. And whereas the cultural program of Tri-Kappa has been a strong supporter of Hoosier Salem since its inception in 1926 and maintains the Tri-Kappa art collection on permanent loan to Rolls-Holman Institute of Technology, and whereas Tri-Kappa state and local chapters donate over $1 million every year to projects and programs in the areas of charity, culture, and education that helps all citizens throughout the state of Indiana. Now therefore, I, David E. Clark, Mayor of the City of Auburn, Indiana, do hereby proclaim February 16th, 2020, February 16th through February 22nd, 2025 as Tri-Kappa Week. Thank you.
Ready, Dave? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on to public comments. With us today, we have John Cannon. He is a representative from Attorney General Todd Rakita's office. Please come up.
Hello, folks.
Welcome.
How are you all doing? Cold out this way from, I'm from Porter County. It was 11 degrees when I left, and I got this way, got a little warmer, but still not, that's still pretty cold out there. So, on behalf of Attorney General Todd Rakita and the entire office, I would like to thank the mayor, clerk treasurer, and council for allowing our office to speak to each of you this evening. As I start, I wanted to let you know that Attorney General Rakita's office functions as the official law firm for the state of Indiana. In fact, at any given time, we are involved in over 20,000 legal cases. As a state's law firm, we defend laws passed by the Indiana General Assembly that affect you directly. Defending our state laws if they are challenged in the courts. We defend agencies and office holders, state employees like myself, if they're sued in their official capacity. I promise I won't do anything to have to get sued. So we work to uphold criminal convictions when defendants appeal. Attorney General Rakita's office has successfully upheld verdicts against child abusers, murderers, rapists, and other criminals as we work to protect victims, their families, and all Hoosiers. As part of this mission, we provide various victim services, including Address Confidentiality Program, ACP, a free service that enables victims of certain crimes, like human trafficking, to confidential home addresses like a P.O. box. Through our Medicaid Fraud Control Unit, we also work to ensure Medicaid dollars are spent on health care and not on fraud. So far, Attorney General Rakita's office has recovered more than $85 million in 3 years in misspent Medicaid funds. As you may see in the news from time to time, we also work to protect Hoosiers against consumer fraud and scams through our Consumer Protection Division, educating citizens and protecting them from illicit business practices such as deception, fraud, cybersecurity, data privacy violations, and identity theft. We have obtained nearly $1 billion in 3 years in settlements for Hoosiers, including hundreds of thousands from annoying and illegal robocallers. We also handle unclaimed property in the Attorney General's office, helping reunite working Hoosiers like yourself and your constituents with their own money. Our office achieved a record $81 million in 2023 returned to Hoosiers. Last year, $1.5 million a week was returned to the rightful owners of the unclaimed property. So you can tell we're pretty busy. Carrying out these tasks in our office is Attorney General oversees a staff of over 400 with one common purpose: to serve Hoosiers. Under Attorney General Rakita's leadership, our ultimate mission is to serve, protect, and defend Hoosiers by championing liberty and justice and the rule of law like you do each day. And so as part of our overall mission, I am glad to be here with you to discuss unclaimed property. For those that don't do QR codes, you can visit indianaunclaimed.gov. I made a mistake one time at the city of Hobart. I handed this out before I started speaking, and everyone was scanning this thing trying to find unclaimed property. So I don't do that anymore. But while it was good for them, because while that happened, the fire department found $1,436 from a grant that was later that they didn't get all the money of, and then the clerk treasurer's staff thought, well, we already got that grant, so they threw all the information away, and there was a check in the envelope. So we state got that, and we got it back to the city of Auburn and their fire department. So Mayor, I encourage all department heads to check this out. Usually monthly is a good idea, as we add 75 to 100 pieces of property each week, and we'd like to get back what is owed. So I'm going to hand these out as well as with my card, and it's pretty simple. The Attorney General Rakita, when he took office, he thought it was a cumbersome system to get your own money back. So we do have a new fast track system, which just recently at the last summer's state fair, I was there, and I handed this to one of the vendors, and he checked it, and he lived actually in Garrett, Indiana, and he now lives in Indianapolis. But when he was in Garrett, he had some funds that he did not recoup, and he found $178. And by the time they ended the fair, he came in and showed me the check. So it took about 12 days to get his check, and he got interest. So he got about $184. So it was pretty cool. So it does work. The system is pretty fast. Now there are some. That's an easy one probably, because it was just one address and one sum of money. There's a lot of money there from a piece of property, real property, acreage in Delaware County worth $1 million that no one will ever probably claim, because everyone associated to it is no longer alive. But after 25 days and 25 years in 1 day, the state will sell that at a tax sale, and that money will go into the state general fund. We have the lowest amount is 39 cents stuck in here from the BMV settlement that all of us got something a few years ago out of, and someone doesn't want to claim the 39 cents. It costs more to send them the check than it'd be worth. But the law says we have to, that's where it has to stay until 25 years is up. So if there's any questions about unclaimed property or anything else our office might be able to do for you all, I'm here to answer them.
I'll just say it's a pretty easy service to use. I had an insurance claim. I moved. Mail didn't get to me, and
Sure.
like you said, about 2 weeks, I got my $90 refund back, and
Sure.
it was very easy to use.
Yeah, and what we the AG also is has added employees there when he County took office, so there actually is more processing of the fees. Now, on the other side, on the city side, the clerk treasurer has a requirement to do due diligence if they have any funds. And after a period of time, then they have to turn it over to the unclaimed property division. And I trust that the clerk treasurer understands that part. She's shaking her head over there. It's kind of an annoying deal. They have to do their due diligence for a while and send out letters and call and track folks down. But after that, then it goes over to us. So. All righty, Mayor. Well, I'll let you guys be and get you on your way. I got a few goodies here as well. Can I give them to Council Emily here? Is that okay? And then you pass these around. Great as well. My card is also there if you all ever need anything from our office or me. This is my area. I cover all of northern Indiana from Hammond to you guys. So it's a fun trek. I went through a squall of lake effect snow on the way on Route 6, and I thought, oh my goodness. I looked at the radar and I was like, well, I'll go through it pretty quick. It was, so we have all that to deal with, but we were happy to be here with you all. And thank you to Lori for help us out, get on the agenda.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, guys. Be good, okay? Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the public that would like to address the council?
I will.
Yeah, please come forward to state your name, please.
Thank you. My name is Angie Remington, and I'm coming tonight as a concerned citizen. I want to say that 7 years ago, when my husband and I moved here, my mom, who spent her career as in community health, she was a therapist. She was the director here at Northeastern Center in Auburn and Steuben County also. And she also led a group in Angola called CAVA, which was an anti-violence group that served mostly women in abusive situations. Anyway, when we moved here 7 years ago, she had warned me that, I guess it wasn't a warning. I didn't see it as a warning at the time. I thought it was a piece of history. She said the Grand Poobah of the Klan was from DeKalb County originally. And I guess she just wanted me to know that. But since that time, there has been, as I see, an uptick in the sort of hate group activity that I had never witnessed before in my life. And I'm sorry I'm shaky, but I still have some trauma about the spring of 2021 when there was a hate group that was organizing outside of Auburn somewhere. And there was like this anti-protest, I think, on the town square. And there were men in masks with rifles out on our city courthouse. And at the time, I had to drive my then 3-year-old daughter through town. And I was terrified, as one would be, seeing images that I had only ever seen on TV in like war-torn Middle East. And so I was frantically distracting her from looking out the window. And I still am haunted by those images. And anyway, since the inauguration, I have seen 2 different posts online of groups that are planning to hold these meetings in our area. And I don't know where else to turn. I would think that maybe the city council or the mayor's office could come out maybe and just proclaim that Auburn is not a safe place for hate groups. Or maybe there's an anti-hate initiative that we could start so that people don't feel welcome to do this in our town, because I don't want to live somewhere where people are standing on our main street, which I love. It's one of my favorite parts about living here. We live just off Main Street, and I walk that street all the time with my child, and I don't want to see men masked holding rifles anymore, ever again. So I guess I'm coming to you with a plea or a question about what we can do to prevent that again.
Well, I will say I am not aware of that. Captain Miller?
I'm aware of the protest. I was working that day. So, to speak on the men with the rifles uptown, I can tell you that unfortunately, they have the legal right to do so. So without getting into too much, we had it covered in case something was to go bad. But again, we cannot just trample on their rights to carry a rifle, especially in that manner uptown. So we were kind of in a catch-22. We didn't like it either, but we can't do anything with it.
I would say also, just to add to that, we would take anything very seriously as elected officials. I think I hopefully can speak for all of us, but it's definitely maybe a further conversation to have. I'm not aware of any social media posts recently. That'd be a discussion I'd have to have with our police department, but I'm not aware of that. So, but yeah, understand. We want people to feel safe. We have a very good police department, sheriff's department here, state troopers local, that I think do a great job of ensuring that. So, but I do appreciate you coming forward and voicing that.
Okay.
You have information. If you would reach out to us with that information.
Okay.
We would
I think the
gladly take that.
Kendallville police have been notified too. I think it's in Kendallville in the beginning of March right now, but that's close enough.
Okay. Well, if you got that information, if you please reach out.
Sure.
So do we have a card maybe you could get to her?
I don't on me, but my name is Captain Miller, so I will be
Captain,
all day
sorry.
tomorrow. Feel
Okay.
free to contact us and I'll talk to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the council? Hearing nothing further, we'll move on. Clerk Treasurer.
Hello, I am filling in for Lori tonight as she is out of town. We would like to present the council with the current vouchers and the total dollar amount of $5,051,725.31.
Move to approve.
Oh, second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Take this to ordinances and resolutions.
Ordinance number 2025-2, an ordinance of the City of Auburn, Indiana, adopting a new schedule of system development charges for services rendered by the Auburn Municipal Water Department. Summary: this ordinance proposes to adopt a new schedule of system development charges for services rendered by the Auburn Municipal Water Department. I move that we pass ordinance number 2025-2 on second and final reading.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. It's been the council meeting. Open up the public hearing. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak in regards to ordinance 2025-02? Anyone that would like to speak in regards to ordinance 2025-02? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing and convene the council meeting. We do have a motion and a second. Is there any questions or discussion?
I do see we got those numbers changed on the second page there, so that all those underneath the 4-inch meter match, so that's good.
Thank you. If there's no other questions or discussion, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to reports. From the mayor, we do have the state of the city. Next council meeting Tuesday, March 4th at 6 p.m. Also, all department heads will be in attendance. So the council has questions regarding 2024 annual reports. I believe you've got most of them. I think we were anticipating getting the last two out here in the next day or two, so. And then I did check in with council president. There was nothing from her this evening, so that brings us to plan commission.
So the last February meeting was canceled due to lack of agenda items. March will also be canceled, so I have nothing to report.
Thank you. Moving on to committees.
Nothing from ordinance and resolution committee.
Nothing from tax phase-ins.
Okay, council president DeWitt is still working on the dates for finance committee meetings for 2025, and that is all she had. Is there any unfinished business? Any new business to come before council? General good and welfare of the community. Next regular meeting is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025 at 6 p.m.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
And we have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Quick on that adjourn.